Hey everyone, it's Maximilian, and I am still playing Pokemon. This is the third installment of my playthrough through Pokemon Red, and I told you all from last episode that this would be the place where I just totally kick Gary's ass. But we're not quite ready yet. We're going to be using Pikachu to do the dirty work, because right now Gary's party consists of a level 9 Pidgey and a level 8 starter Pokemon, which is a Squirtle in this case, which happens to be advantageous for me. So I'm going to beef Pikachu up a little bit here, just doing my whole mosey around the grass for hours on end, blah blah blah, and beef him up to about level 7. So that way he's at least viable to take them out, even with super effective. So we're going to continue to do that, and also at the same time I'm going to try to get Caterpie a little bit of experience, because we have to keep in mind that he is our ticket to getting past the first gym, so we kind of need to work on him too. We can't exactly forget about Caterpie. But yeah, not much going on here, just the usual stuff. We're making some progress here with both Caterpie and Pikachu, that's nice. And making the trip back to the Pokemon Center as always. But yeah, I guess we should talk about some stuff while we do this, because you pretty much know exactly what's going to happen this playthrough, or at least this part of the playthrough. There's really nothing new about this part, no new strategy whatsoever. It's just a continuation of what was going on prior. So, let's see. A couple of things I plan on doing throughout the playthrough, aside from just progressing through the game and getting all the way to the end through the Elite Four and catching Mewtwo. I'm kind of debating whether or not to go through the entire game and catch every Pokemon that you can in the red version. I could give it a shot, but it would take a long time. If that's something you really want to see, is me going through every single Pokemon in the Pokedex and showing you where to get them, I guess I could do it, but it would definitely come after progressing through the Elite Four, and just to make things easier on myself, I would probably Missing No Glitch with some Master Balls. Speaking of the Missing No Glitch, throughout this playthrough, I'm going to play the entire game without the Missing No Glitch until I get through the Elite Four and get ready to get Mewtwo. I want to have more than one Master Ball. Who doesn't? But I want to be able to beat the game without saying that I just rare candy hoard all my Pokemon to level 100, because it's cheating. It's a lot more fun to race the Pokemon on your own, because really all you're doing when you're doing that is just mashing on the A button for hours. And besides, your Pokemon stats get better when you level them up naturally. So, and there's me cutting time again with Pikachu leveling up. I actually am having a hard time gauging when to stop recording a gameplay. It's kind of hard to play Pokemon for only 10 to 15 minutes at a time, I've kind of noticed. You're not exactly sure how much material you can just cut when you're doing this, just get rid of it altogether. And you're not exactly sure if you put enough into it either. So it's a funky timing issue, so I'm trying to keep this within a reasonable time limit. I know YouTube allows for over 10 minutes. It allows up to 15 now, but I don't want to make any of these longer than 10 minutes, because honestly I think that's just too long. I would like to keep it somewhere between 6 and 8 minutes apiece, but this one's a little bit longer than normal, so bear with me. And here we go. It's, Teller, as I call them. I decided to be creative and call them Penn and Teller, ha 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 ha. But here's Gary with his crappy Pidgey, as per usual. I sat there for a second and did the math to make sure, okay, if Pidgey hits me one more time, am I going to die? Before I continued with Pikachu, because I really want Pikachu to get all the experience out of this that he possibly can. There's 105. Alright, so there's Squirtle. I figured, just in case he gets a really good attack against me, better use a potion. I tend to use items in battle very, very infrequently, unless I absolutely have to. So if you see me at very low health and still just picking it out with a Pokemon, it's not because I don't know what I'm doing, it's just that I'm hyper-aggressive in this game. I really don't like to play conservatively with Pokemon. And I kicked your ass. You suck. As per usual. He really doesn't actually get difficult until... I actually think Cerulean. I would have to say Cerulean is probably the hardest time you will have with him, and even that's not saying much. Gary's stupidly easy in this game. I was kind of surprised too when I first started playing him. I don't think I ever had to repeat a single battle with him when I first started playing this game. I know in yellow version it gets a little bit more difficult because you start with Pikachu by default. So you really have to work your way to get through the first gym leaders and Gary and so on and so forth. But yeah. So now that we've beaten Gary, our next step is to progress through the Viridian Forest. And right now I'm going to focus solely on Caterpie. We are going to get this guy to Butterfree as quickly as possible. We don't need to even worry about anybody else. Because right now we have a giant roadblock in the form of Brock at Pewter City. So if we don't get past him, we don't progress anywhere in this game. Caterpie is the ticket. So we're going to bait and switch him a little bit because Caterpie against Weedle is just completely one-sided, no matter how you slice it. I don't know what to talk about. It's kind of late at night, so I'm not exactly sure what I want to say here. Well, I know for a fact that I'm going to fight this one out with Caterpie. I'm going to duke it out to see how long I can keep him in the game, despite the fact that he's fighting a higher level Caterpie. And I think I got the advantage of the AI being stupid again, and him using String Shot. It took him a while to figure out that he actually had a second attack, but nonetheless he did, which is great. But, let's see, what can I talk about? I do plan, however, like, even though I'm not going to Missing No Glitch for rare candies and Master Balls and crap like that until the very end of the game, I do plan on getting a Mew in this playthrough. Because, honestly, I don't think that's... Well, I guess technically it's cheating, but this is accessing a Pokemon that was in their database, which wasn't supposed to be there, but was left there because they didn't feel like deleting it. So I'm going to pick it up because it actually starts out at a level 7, and it's really not that difficult to get. It's just a very funky glitch in the game, and you can actually get tons of different Pokemon using it this way. It just varies depending on the trainer you fight and what kind of Pokemon he has in his lineup. So I'm going to grab me a Mew because he's, well, number one, he's the best Pokemon in the game as far as stats are concerned, no question about it. You'll have the best stats at the end of the game as opposed to any other Pokemon, regardless. And the fact that they can learn any TM or HM is really cool. And, I mean, it's a Mew. I mean, would you not want a Mew when you were playing this game? I mean, especially when you were a kid. I mean, that was the holy grail of Pokemon, was to be able to get a Mew. If you knew some kid who had a Mew, you had a friend in a high place. And I will tell you right now, he's not in the dump truck. That was just a stupid myth, and I'm pretty sure we all figured that out after a little while. I don't know how that even got started. You have to push the dump truck that's off to the side of the SSN. I mean, really, who had that kind of time to even figure out that that was there? I mean, the only times you can actually get it are if you decide to either skip the whole game without getting cut until you get Surf, or you die immediately after you get cut, or you get all 150 Pokemon and then the SSN comes back. I don't know. That was just really weird. But yeah, I do plan on getting a Mew. Let me know how you feel about that. I really don't think I'm going to change my mind about it, but I think it'd be kind of fun to play with a Pokemon that not too many people know about or use. So, yeah. I've actually really appreciated all the comments and feedback I've been getting lately. I didn't expect it to take off this quickly. I didn't expect it to really take off at all. I just kind of did it for fun. But yeah, I really like what you guys are doing, watching the videos, giving me comments, and I'm going to keep doing this hopefully through the entire game. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.